All right, let's dive into something that could genuinely change how you use the internet every single day. We're talking about ChatGPT Atlas. The whole idea is to turn your browser from, a simple window into an active partner. So, let's break down what that really means.
I mean, really think about it for a second. Your browser is great. It's our window to the entire web, but it's mostly just that, a window. You tell it where to go, it shows you what you asked for, but it doesn't really do anything on its own, does it? It's just a tool. It's not really a collaborator.
Well, get ready because that whole passive experience is about to get a massive upgrade. The very idea of what a browser is and what it can do is being completely transformed from a simple tool into an active, thinking assistant.
So, how exactly is this all happening? This is where we get into a fundamentally smarter way to browse the web. Okay, so here it is, ChatGPT Atlas. The core idea is actually super simple but really powerful. Instead of you having to open a new tab and go to the ChatGPT website, it just comes with you. It's integrated right into your browser, ready to give you answers, suggestions, and help you get stuff done no matter what site you're on.
And their whole mission is pretty much captured right here, in this phrase, unlock the web. See, this isn't just about making search a little better. It's about adding this whole new layer of intelligence to the web that you're already using every single day. All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. How does this actually work? What does it feel like to have this kind of assistant with you all the time while you're browsing? So, the first big feature is the sidebar. Just picture this. You're on any web page. It could be a long news article, a product page on Amazon, whatever, and you can just pop open a conversational AI right there in the same window. It instantly becomes your research partner, and it knows exactly what's on the page you're looking at. And the things you can do with this are just so useful. You're looking at a huge wall of text. Just ask it for a summary. Done. You're shopping and can't decide between two things? Ask it to compare them side by side. It can even analyze data in a table for you. And maybe the best part? It remembers your conversations, so you can always just pick up where you left off. But the help gets even more integrated, even more seamless than that. It's literally just a highlight away right inside whatever you're reading or writing. They call it inline assistance. I absolutely love this phrase because it just nails the experience. You literally turn your cursor into a collaborator. Just highlight any piece of text, maybe it's in an email you're struggling to write or a document you're editing, and boom, you can get help from ChatGPT. Rephrase a sentence, expand on an idea, translate something, it's all right there. Okay, so what we've seen so far is incredible, right? Atlas as an assistant, helping you out. But here's where things get really wild. This is where we move from assistance to agency. This is where Atlas can actually start taking the wheel. And that's the big question, isn't it? I mean, it's one thing to get help analyzing stuff, but what if your browser could actually complete multi-step tasks all by itself? This is where we get to the really game-changing feature. And here it is. It's called Agent Mode. This is the feature that lets ChatGPT go beyond just understanding a web page to actually interacting with it. We're talking clicking buttons, filling out forms, jumping between different sites, all to accomplish a goal that you gave it. Okay, let's make this real with an example. Trip planning. Instead of opening 20 tabs, you could just say, find me flights and hotels for a weekend trip to San Francisco next month for under $800, and Atlas would just go do it. It would go to the airline sites, check the hotel sites, gather all the info, compare the options, and then present you with the best choices. It does all the tedious work, and you just have to make the final call. That's a true agent. Now, quick heads up here. As you can probably guess, Agent Mode is the most advanced part of this whole thing, so right now it's in a preview stage. That means for now, access is limited to people on the paid Plus, Pro, and Business plans. Of course, anytime you hear about an AI that can take actions for you, the first question that pops into your head is probably about privacy and control, right? Well, let's talk about how Atlas is designed to make sure you are always in the driver's seat. And this is absolutely crucial. You are not giving this thing a blank check. You have very specific site permissions, so you decide exactly which websites Atlas is allowed to see and interact with. You can clear your history, you can use an incognito mode, and this is key, you can manage what it calls browser memories, which gives you direct control over what the AI is allowed to remember about your activity. So when you put all of this together, from passive help to active agency, you have to ask, what does this mean for the future of the web?
But before we get totally carried away, there's one very important, very practical note we have to mention. As of right now, this whole ChatGPT Atlas experience is only available to download on macOS. So yeah, if you're a Windows user or on another system, you're going to have to wait and see when it might roll out for you.
And that really brings us to the final thought to chew on. For decades, we've been the operators, and our browser has been the machine. But if the browser becomes an agent, one that can understand your goals and execute complex tasks, what does that make you? You're not just an operator anymore. You're more like a director, delegating missions. It's a huge shift in how we relate to our technology, and honestly, it's happening right now.